now, y'all. This is the Black Pride of Jackson, Mississippi, downtown Tony Brown talking to you today, baby. And y'all gotta check something out. This is something that everybody got to get up on. This Friday, Black Rasslin Podcast, they gonna be counting down the top 50. I say the top 50 Black Rasslins. Now, all due respect to Kofi Kingston, to all them boys like Kenny Kane, to them boys like Bobby Lashley, but I am the greatest. I say the greatest Black wrestler of all time. I'm just wondering where I'm gonna come in on it, baby. I know I got to be up there in that top 3, top 2, maybe. I can accept that. You know, definitely number 1. You know, that's what I want to be. But we gonna see. We gonna find out this Friday. Black Rasslin. Oh yeah.
I guess it's time to find. Shouts out Tony Brown, man.
So Tony, look, we like you, right? Ham,
motherfucking ham.
You could ate the sandwich cold, my nigga, but why you just eat it cold?
Eat it cold. This nigga with the math arm, shit. Fucking yeah, Tony Brown, we love you. Shouts out to you. Literally say, hey, Tony Brown, you could do something for me real quick. He said, bet.
That's a fact.
Yo, he sent it right back, yo, like
content.
Yeah.
Big content.
So, you know, we out here. It's gonna be a little bit different.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration.
There's libations pouring.
I mean, look.
Niggas are shooting liquor and they ain't supposed to be shooting.
Yeah, there's some it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been sitting here. And Math, aka Johnny Boy, is on his celebration. He on his Godfather.
Eye to eye.
What are you sipping on?
That's Hennessy.
Hennessy privilege.
Hennessy privilege.
You just can't call it Hennessy, yo.
Hennessy privilege.
No, you know what Hennessy it is if you fucking with me.
Yeah, nah, but you can't just because if a nigga say, oh yeah, well niggas always drinking Hennessy. Nah, you ain't drinking this.
Nah.
Well, the thing is like in my area, I ain't got that.
Cheers to y'all.
Cheers to y'all. Niggas is back. The niggas is black. As always, it's the Black Rasslin Podcast. Giving y'all the 2020 BRP 50 from a nigga perspective. As always, it's your boy Cal, rockthedub.com. You already knew that. The squad is on the line. Please say what's good to the people, y'all.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, man, IlFam79 your social media choice, aka the man of 1,002 lists, number 7, arm drag.
Classic, big classic.
Black Rasslin Math at Math Damon. You already know what it is.
Bitch, you got a problem, bitch. Hopefully, if you guys haven't listened to this week's regular episode dropped a day early because we had to celebrate Juneteenth, right?
Yep.
Niggas is pulling up.
This ain't new.
It's not new. No, it's not new. None of this is new. Realistically, it's a daily operation. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how we move on a regular basis. But I think on a day like Juneteenth, which, you know, it took many brands and many organizations like a headlock, a crippler crossface, a figure 8, like I don't know how many damn submission holds it took the world to be like, yo, the actual day that slaves were set free should be a holiday is crazy, but
That's crazy.
America, 3Ks. You already know what the routine is.
It took an empty arena show and a cinematic match
to switch the game up to make some people think differently.
Yup.
Yeah.
I mean, again, every week it's a celebration of black wrestlers here at the Black Rasslin Podcast, but this is the second annual BRP 50. I don't know who else y'all going to for your information on who the best black wrestlers are.
Nowhere but here.
Salute to the delegation. Salute to Black Wrestling Alliance.
Salute to
Jobber
Public Enemies.
Tears, Public Enemies,
Yep.
Wrestling Realm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those wrestling girls.
Those wrestling girls.
They out here doing it for real.
Yep.
Suplexes and shea butter.
Yeah, shout out to the homies.
Hold on, do-rag Bondo. Can I get the
This nigga needs it.
Can I get the Scully? Can I get the Scully do-rag with the do-rag cape?
By the end of the summer, this nigga Math gonna be doing fucking wave checks. Watch. He gonna do it.
Not with this.
Christ.
Not with this. Walk like an Egyptian head ass. Not with this. I'm sorry, my brother. You got it. We'll get you a special Scully. It'll have dollar signs on it. They'll glisten.
No,
I
need a quadratic equations. I need the juice
stratic
equation.
Dollar bills on it?
I said like dollar signs on it.
Oh, yo, quick story.
Wait, hold it. This is why this episode won't be a half hour. But go ahead, quick story.
That's a fact. So, most of our friends like sneakers more than your average bear, right?
My nigga.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Yo, exactly, right? I chose a pre-Earl Vimber. It wasn't called Earl Vimber at the time. It was just Earl birthday party at the crib. You know what I mean? FYI,
it's always been a dope. It's always been a dope party. It's always been a dope party though.
Word.
So this is the OG location in our hood. The hood we from.
Facts. 1854.
Yup. So this was 1820, right? So this is in the height of niggas sneakerdom. Niggas is going to DC to sneaker parties. You know what I mean? Your man, your best friend Wale was performed at one of the joints.
Shouts out Wale. Real pro wrestling enthusiast.
Niggas threw all his CDs straight in the trash.
Niggas walk right past Florida.
Shouts out Wale. Pro wrestling enthusiast.
Niggas frisbeed all them shit.
Y'all gotta stop acting like Dig Dug wasn't the jam in the city.
It's Hacksaw Jim Duggan flow, whatever that song was called. That was
not city.
So these niggas have exclusive XYZs all walking around the house, right?
Okay.
This is, you know what I'm saying? Upstairs, basement, out front, you know what I'm saying? Exclusive everything. So a young man that one of my cousins was dealing with come in the house with some Fugazis, my nigga. Like, Nike ain't make them.
Yeah.
What are those, my nigga?
What the fuck is that entire situation? Jesus.
Yo.
I'm all for you wear whatever you wear. I don't give a fuck what you wear whatever. None of that shit makes who you are. But don't come in here with the bandulus on.
Yeah. If you're gonna wear some left shit, at least make it official.
Correct.
Because that's what I do.
Don't have a bandulus on. If you got on your fish heads, I don't know if you know what fish heads is, Cal.
No. Well, I was just about to say I'm not. Y'all are bigger sneakerheads than I am, and
not anymore.
You out the game.
Lies. This nigga
you out the game.
Claim this for the last 10 to 15 years. I don't care nothing about sneakers.
He do be. Matt randomly do like put up a sneaker pic somewhere on Twitter.
Yeah,
usually.
shit that I love, that I want.
No.
No, shit you wear on the regular.
You will listen.
Mm-mm.
When you see the nigga
Lies.
first time you see him, you will have the if something.
He seen me. He seen me when I dropped the hoods off.
Last time I seen you.
Yes. Yeah.
At the Empire.
I seen you had
I didn't realize he was
on.
taller than me. Not that I'm tall, but
last time I seen you in real life, you had something brand new on.
When you see me in real life?
When we had the social distance gathering out front.
Did I have? Oh no, they don't count. I told you I was crashing them. I was crashing them.
But they just dropped.
So you said you put you put them on right out the store.
Right out the, I've put them on right out the store and threw away the shit that I had on my feet. Like threw
on top of the building.
Who says stuff
my favorite pair of sneakers. The last time I went in the store and copped something, my favorite pair of sneakers, which is the Andre Agassi Air Tech Challenge 2.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a pair of Jordan 4s, took my Air Tech Challenges off and threw them away. You know how much that hurt?
Because those are the shoes I usually see you putting on the Twitter.
Love them.
But the nigga ain't in the game no more.
I'm not. I will legit, if you have, this is facts, if you have the same size shoe that I wear, and if you inquire about a sneaker, I will give you the shoe off my foot. I don't bug about, I try not to bug about that kind of shit.
Because you a good brother.
That's what I honestly try to do.
Dave, I need them paid in fulls, nigga.
Oh, you so a baller?
It's certain people I will not give sneakers to.
That's crazy.
And he's one of them. No, he's one of them, because I had sneakers and I'm like, yo, I'm giving this shit away. I'm giving it away to whoever needs sneakers. And he pulls up like, yo, you gotta pay for them.
Donations.
I need.
It started when you said he pulls up.
When he pulls up, this nigga pulls up in a Porsche.
That's a fact too. That is a fact too.
He pulls up in a Porsche.
Jesus.
Like, yo, cuz, can I get? No, you can't.
No, that's not how this
Pay
works.
for that.
That's not how this works. You got to do something. Yeah. Cheers.
It's bigger shit than sneakers now. So
that's true.
Yeah, the BRP 50.
You already know.
Hopefully y'all be checking out the black at Black Rasslin on Instagram as always. We've been dropping selections from the list. Shit. Let me pull up. And niggas are so official. I don't know. Again, peace to the delegation, Public Enemies, Black Rasslin. I don't know how organized I guess first off, I don't know how deep the conversation y'all have about pro wrestling is off the pod. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if we talk wrestling off the pod no more.
You mean them?
Them. In the Jobber Tears podcast, Marco Polo. Are they as passionate about AR Fox as your man's Johnny Boy?
Hold on. First
it's good all, head ass.
Niggas
flag
niggas
on the play
legit.
face ass.
If y'all don't know, I'm talking to the listeners, Cal and brother Fam. If y'all don't know, we legit argue over this shit.
Argue might be strong. We have some heated conversations.
No, it's not.
I'm not. No. I'm gonna say I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing.
No, your arguing is different from mine and Fam's.
What
because
you mean?
You'll say something, and you'll say something. It's a different tone, and you like, I don't give a fuck anyway. That's your arguing.
That's true.
When you like, oh, okay.
That's
cool.
true. I mean,
fuck you, Cal.
I see that. Peace to Kamala 2020.
Peace to Kamala.
Not Shorty got bounced out of the Democratic Party or whatever. But
Nah, she was all for the
That's Kamala.
for the 12.
That's Kamala. We ain't gonna say
Kamala.
That's Kamala.
But I say that to
John.
I say that to say I feel like I probably said this last year, but we don't just like put these lists together willy-nilly.
I'm sorry. One more. Shout out to just Stack out Greg and the delegation too. Let's not
Facts.
about Greg.
Facts.
Yo, the thing about Stack Guy Greg, granted, he goes by his own handle.
Yeah.
I always include him with the announce table.
But nah, he's only been on.
But he's not. He is Cheap Heat.
He's Cheap Heat.
That's a fact. But Stack Guy Greg
I'm
was
black, y'all. I'm sorry.
Stack Guy Greg was big on the black announce table.
He's on there regularly. Like when they have guests, you it's not a surprise to see Greg on the table. I ain't never been on the black announce table.
Yeah, he was. We was all on there together.
I ain't never been on the black announce table.
I thought we was.
Y'all was on the black
on there. You were on there too.
I was on there.
Yes,
what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Black people?
Some loose talk about bullshit. I'm sorry.
Shout out to my nephews, my niece on the black announce table. You know what I mean? Shout out.
I ain't seen a picture.
Dre,
Are pictures
Suku.
out?
Of what?
The niece.
No, I mean Suku.
Yeah.
Now Loku. Nah, we ain't seen Loku. That's all good.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep that offline. Nah.
Keep that offline. But yeah, we're not putting these lists together willy-nilly. It's an interesting debate because I guess there's a couple of factors. The overarching factor is two types of black folks wrestling. It's black folks that are wrestling on the more scene side, like the WWE, AEW, to some extent, your Impacts, your ROHs. And then there's the black folks who are wrestling like the whole indie circuit.
Yeah.
Some to bigger extent than others. And those worlds can intertwine. Someone like a Big Swole has probably had like, a good amount of championship gold in the independent circuit, but she's also been somewhat of a staple on Dynamite for the better part of the last since the fall. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's an interesting thing to try and put together. It's three of us, and we definitely have differing opinions on what should be weighted more. Whether it's, because that shouts out to Matt for putting together like the master list, which includes everything from where they were last year on the BRP 50, where they were on the most recent PWI 500, which,
match count.
I was gonna say like respect to PWI. Y'all made it a hot line. We made it a hot song.
That's not for us.
We do win-loss record, championships they've held, including the time that they held the championships.
Mm-hmm. Blood type, religion.
Blood type, gang affiliation, all that. We if you never mind. There's a lot that goes into figuring out who this set of fit. And the best part is you could go into any situation with like the best intentions. Like, yo, we're gonna start at this date. By the time we get to, Juneteenth, piece of niggas out there. By the time we get to Juneteenth, everything will be straight. Nah, that's like it's crunch. June 17th, 2020. It was hell in the Marco Polo for the Black Rasslin podcast. It was we had to frustratingly hop into a Zoom for an hour and change to figure out to hash out where Peace to Ricky Starks Well, but that I mean I mentioned Ricky Starks because that's the interesting thing. Shouts to Myra Reed, but Ricky's the most interesting because he's Afro-Latino, I believe, right?
They're gonna owe us. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
they're gonna miss us when we gone. When we gone, you gonna miss us.
Big facts, because Ricky, NWA television champion. You can't take that from him. He did that.
But Cal, you have to let him know that this didn't happen yesterday.
No.
We didn't just make this up.
No. That's the thing. We had the you have to realize. I don't know. I don't like telling people how we make the cake.
You don't like to? I do. Listen, I done smacked the whip. I'm sorry.
I don't like getting too inside baseball, but you have to realize that because you want to get assets to present stuff socially, and you have to record conversations about these things, as well as record conversations about the regular stuff you talk to. You have to have things on a certain schedule. So by the time we locked the 2020 BRP 50, Ricky Starks' biggest achievement was being that really fly motherfucker on NWA Power.
Yeah.
Facts.
RIP to that show. And I have no problem saying that, because the day after we locked the list, Ricky Starks, it's almost like it was from our lips to God's ears. Ricky Starks is featured on AEW Dynamite in a home match for the TNT Championship.
Can I brush our shoulders off for a second as well?
Talk your shit.
I'm gonna tell you, in a wilder case of life imitating art.
Mm-hmm.
What niggas was doing last year, Juneteenth? Other than us. I ain't talking about us. How many niggas did we hear talk about Juneteenth?
Nothing.
Previously, right?
Nothing.
A few days ago was a certain orange nigga that lived in Pennsylvania Avenue that said he made Juneteenth hot. I'm sorry, my nigga. We hit it first like Ray J.
Facts. Big facts. Piece of Kenya Barris. Piece of Donald Glover.
Yep.
Piece of Nicole Bahari. Miss Juneteenth. Available wherever you guys watch movies right now.
Yep.
If you're in the pro, if you say you represent Black folk in the pro wrestling space, and you talk, I don't know if you could claim Juneteenth.
You can't,
because we've done that, and it's not just like I'm saying that. Like
we got now.
Piece of stat guy Greg.
Yep.
If you want proof, go last year. Cheap Heat. He mentions it, and he wasn't the only one.
Yep.
I'm not saying we shook the world, but the conversation was made.
Yeah, we shook it enough for it to be a conversation.
And a conversation. I mean, if you go to the Instagram now, there's a conversation going on.
Yeah, Trailblazers don't get the luxury of having things cleared out in front of them.
I'm not going to say that's the story of my life, but I hope. I
love Drunk Podcasting. It's amazing.
I hope that there's some motherfucker out there that is like really paying attention.
Hey, yo.
And it is taking notes, and at some point, I'm gonna be a senile nigga.
The best part of this is
what?
Cal's not gonna listen back to this, but Dre is gonna let you know the shit that
Man, look, Dre.
Shout out to the homie.
Dre.
Faithful.
Yo, Dre like my youngest uncle.
Dre's that uncle that you're older than him, but y'all grew up together.
That's fam.
That's fam. My cousin had an uncle like that, which sounds crazy in and of itself.
I'm sure I got one like that.
My cousin had an aunt that was a year younger than him. And when he's in and out of the system, it's their house he goes to. Anyway, fuck all that. Hold
on, my daughter's on is like that, nigga.
That's how it goes. That shit happens.
My daughter be 14. My daughter's aunt 19. Well, they not older than each other, but
still, that's close. That's not normal.
Hey, I tell you how ill it is. My sister and Math's daughter is best friends.
Yeah.
Wow. But I mean, I understand that. My
Fam growing up, just graduated, nigga.
High school 2 days ago.
Oh wow! Never. Because I was gonna say, like, I got a cousin that was
got nothing to do with nothing. When I met my wife, right? We were supposed to go on a date, like our second or third date.
I said, hold on, my sister being born.
I was like, hey, yo, I can't make it. I got to go to the hospital to see my sister that just got born.
That's crazy.
Like, excuse me?
Now, nigga, you 25. Shut up. You don't want to get up just to say
what planet are you talking about?
I said, you know what, sweetheart? Come through here. We'll go together.
Yeah, I'll show you. That ain't no bullshit.
And then I got one of these.
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no. That was
actual factual.
Yo, we never get into wrestling.
No, we getting wrestling. We're about to get to wrestling soon. Because like I said, I was going to say again.
Fuck it, it's a celebration.
It's a celebration. There's a lot going on. I mean,
nigga, this ain't a show.
This is a show. No, this is a show. This is the show.
It's not.
This is
the show dropped yesterday.
This is it. This is not a numbered episode. This is a bonus.
Yes.
Okay.
This is because we dropped a regular numbered episode. This is like this is like the interviews that we've done with Willie Mack and Big Swole and Shane Taylor.
Apparently, the bird is out tonight.
The bird, the ghetto bird. Jesus.
I thought you meant the bird flu.
It's the wire. Hold up.
Sheesh.
It's the wire.
The bird flu.
It's the wire. Where my girl Snoop at? Where my girl Snoop at? Hold up.
A bird or two.
Blaze the way.
My girl Snoop at? Where she at?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Never ever.
This is proof that you're came from the 410.
Absolutely.
From Baltimore.
Sorry, Jesus. Pardon us, Merrill.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow. That's big facts. So I don't know what we're gonna. I think
scrambled dope and smack.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna manifest it in the future. It's not season 3.
Ghetto Bird.
Of Black Rasslin, but this is kind of like this is the bonus.
Yeah.
Like, shouts out to anybody that listened to Juan App back in 2008, 2009, where they were basically, I don't want to say I liken that to us, but I think people need to realize that when the three of us first started interacting on Twitter, it was literally just on some wrestling shit. Niggas knew that niggas fuck with hip hop and music and shit like that, but it was Monday Night Raw on Twitter, watching and chatting the entire way, but just on Twitter. When we didn't really start talking like that, especially, on the phone on a regular basis, until we resurrected this podcast that had been going on 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what this turns into. Juneteenth is going to be, shouts out to anybody who fucks with pro wrestling, African Americans, black people, whatever. I think this year's Juneteenth is going to be a really interesting one, content-wise.
You have no idea.
I don't know if niggas is doing it like we doing it, though. So without further ado, let's get into the top 10 of the Black Rasslin Podcast 50,
niggas
the BRP 50 for 2020.
So now niggas gonna be trashed by number one.
Yes, a fact.
Before I announce number 10, Brother Matt, Johnny Boy, is this list fine? Is the list is final?
This list is final. This shit came out yesterday.
This list is final. I'm just making sure.
That's very funny.
Do we have to switch? Let me.
It came out yesterday, Cal.
It did. It came out. Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, literally. You're right. You're not right. You're right. All right, number 10. Hold up.
I love it.
Number 10.
Never done.
Straight out of Paducah.
Hey, yo.
He was straight out of some Paducah.
Straight out of Paducah. Was Paducah the...
Niggas in.
Paducah was the biggest story for this man over the last 12 months? Yeah.
Nah. His run on Raw with and without Aleister Black was it was a big deal. The way they came up was a good story, and them niggas had great matches almost every week. That was 19. They were still having those matches in at the end of last year.
They were doing good content, but it ultimately wasn't amounting to anything.
Well, I mean, we know where it ended up.
Yeah.
But for the lion's share of 19, this nigga was definitely putting on amazing.
That's a fact.
It ended up.
That's why he ended up where he was last year.
And now that I'm thinking about it, the one thing I didn't even factor until this point, we wouldn't have gotten the end of Brock Lesnar's reign without Ricochet. In that Royal Rumble match, he was the catalyst to Brock getting eliminated.
That's a fact.
It led to him getting his ass kicked, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Ricochet is he's okay.
Last year he was 4.
Wow.
He was 4, but how much of this past year was him with the U.S. title? Because it wasn't even a factor, was it?
No.
Nah, it was more his positioning on TV and the quality of matches he has. When this nigga gets in the ring every time,
it's work.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is.
We haven't even said his name.
I said it, but we didn't officially say it.
Okay. Number 10
is your boy Ricochet.
Word. The fighting pride of Paducah.
What they call him, the superhero? What's his name in the shit?
I don't know. The Beige Superman? What's his name?
The Beige Avenger? I don't remember what his name was, but they were trying to make him. He was a whole superhero for no reason. ACH know what that feel like. But I want to say I enjoyed. I think the most I've enjoyed Ricochet, at least over the last 6 months, was what he was doing with Cedric Alexander. The tag team stuff. They were like, it felt Rockers-ish, like, really classic. We're two guys with a similar style. We're gonna, try and work together type shit.
Yo, don't discount the fact that they may end up with this this black stable that they almost accidentally fell into.
Word.
If that happens, that's monumental, my nigga.
Hey, yo, don't be surprised if Juneteenth
okay.
the name of a tag team in like a month.
Or it's like It's a name, but like their symbol is like a 1 and a 9 or something like that.
Cal, you posting spoilers, B?
Am I? Oh shit! My bad.
This nigga stupid.
I'm not because I'm not realized. You know what it is because we're audio niggas.
Right.
That's true. Semi.
We
semi audio because we do visuals separately.
We do visuals to pop
separately because you do visuals at the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do visuals at the Buffy.
Facts. Did we ever drop that video?
No.
We should do that.
Yeah.
We should do that this weekend.
Don't worry, none of y'all mothers is in it.
Yeah, not anyway. Number 9 on the BRP 50 for 2020.
Possibly the greatest athlete.
Quite possibly the greatest athlete. Quite possibly, arguably, an MVP from the last 12 months. She was I think in terms of like really unique characters and performers, she brought something I don't think I ever really seen, particularly in the WWE, like a really strong black woman, a woman who was aware of who she was and not afraid to speak on it. I wish that the push that she got on Raw matched her introduction on Raw. Because that 45 minutes, that opening 45 minutes on that Raw was the blackest shit. It was the blackest and brownest shit I'd seen on that show in a while.
You don't even go here.
You don't even go here. Oh, I go here now.
Shit's dope.
Niggas. It's certain viewers don't even know what that means. They never grew up with that. I go here now.
I go here now.
I go here now. I know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Karen might not know what that means. Karen's sitting with her husband. She don't know what the fuck this woman talking about. She calling the cops. What that mean?
Karen don't watch this shit or listen to us.
Bianca Belair.
Shout out to Davis.
Shout out to Davis. For real. Davis was riding. Davis rode the entire pay-per-view. Chilling. He said the shit. He was writing notes. He said, y'all niggas got the sound too loud. He put it up in
I almost spit beer all over my computer just now. I almost spit beer all over my computer just now.
y'all niggas is tripping.
Y'all niggas need to turn the TV down. Bam. Bianca Belair.
Yep.
I remember watching Royal Rumble might have been the first like WWE pay-per-view I sat from like end to end for in a while. And it was dope to have her take control for at least the early part of that Royal Rumble.
Her and Brock Lesnar had the best Rumbles, period.
They're the reason I watched the whole Rumble again on USA. Just for their moments.
So once you mention in the air with a nigga like Brock Lesnar who is booked with a bulletproof vest, and you aren't,
and you aren't, and that's the thing.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for slinging Carmella over them boxes. You know what I'm saying? In the most realistic offense you saw on TV.
Amazing.
I'm gonna tell you when we watched me and Mrs. Fan watched they had a combine type
That's
show.
what I was about to say. That's a fact.
Oh, that was on the network, right?
Yeah.
I remember that day. I remember that.
Watching and I'm like, yo, this nigga serves.
Yeah, she's strong. She's strong.
You can't is nobody comparing to that.
Facts.
I don't care who it is.
Maybe her husband is the only.
That's it. That might be the only other person.
Like that household got athleticism in pro wrestling in WWE on lock. Them niggas are the best athletes. Period. Sorry, Charlotte.
No disrespect to Montez Ford, but she seemed like she's stronger than him.
Them niggas be at the house.
That's a fact.
If they were a mixed tag, he's the high flyer, she's the power.
I was at the house. That's like that.
This nigga's stupid. Bianca Belair, you're not being done correctly on Raw, but the Black Rasslin podcast salute you. We salute, actually. We'll get to your mans in a bit, but
damn, Cal.
I'm sorry. What do people
jumping, yo?
Do people watch wrestling or do they just skim through it? Like, who you think is going to be in the top 10? Who you think?
We didn't let them know yet.
Yeah, we gotta get there though.
That's the tease. Again.
No, you wasn't teasing, nigga. You told.
Again, it's a tease of what's being told. What you want me to say? This season 3, almost.
Okay.
We've been doing this.
Talk your shit.
We've been doing this longer than some of y'all been doing this.
Talk your shit, Cal.
True in this.
That was number 9.
Number 8. Now this is things could have went a different way for this individual on the list this year.
Facts.
There was a scandal. I don't want to glorify the negative too much, but there was a scandal that hit the internet not too long ago, within the last month or so, about him with some very disturbing allegations.
Facts.
He was injured for a while, so judging by the way he's been handled on television and on pay-per-view, at the very least, it seems like he's in the mix. They're not holding him to the side. So who knows what these allegations are going to end up being. But Velveteen Dream, who's my man's he's having the beef with the promos and talking about his wife?
That wasn't Fish. That was one of them other niggas. That wasn't Fish, was it? From the defeated era, the disputed era.
Yeah, the overrated era.
The MAGA era.
MAGA era. No, that's
sorry. That's fucked up. I apologize. I apologize. Fuck.
Nah,
but you can't really talk about the undisputed era online. Like niggas really panties. You know what I mean?
Getting a whole bunch up in their whole asshole.
But they're not good. I take that back. What's main man name? Roderick Strong.
Roddy Strong.
Okay.
That's the backbreaker, yo.
Okay.
He's decent.
They're good.
And the rest of it is just Shawn Michaels.
They not whack. They not whack.
They're not.
I'm not gonna say they shouldn't be getting that praise.
Never said they're whack, but yeah, I think that's the thing. It's overhyped.
Yeah, it's a million niggas that do what you do and do it better.
Facts. I've seen this shit before.
Yeah, but these niggas and they ain't gonna get booked. They at the back end of this list.
Yeah, shouts out Giant Andre who didn't make the list.
Nah, he didn't do none of that shit, brother.
I did the due diligence. I watched the matches. I watched the promos. I watched the chair shots.
He subjected himself to him and Allen Iverson matches.
He had the Walmart cargo shorts on with the belt.
One sound, one band.
I rock with John. I rock with John Andre.
One band.
You got a back
Andre. That's my mascot. Velveteen Dream. Salute. I really hope Velveteen.
Yo, him and Loomis, whatever.
Simmons.
Dexter Loomis.
Yeah, him and Dexter Loomis seem like they might be the next tag champs.
We'll see.
That's no good. That's no good from leaving the heavyweight title picture to tag team.
We'll
kind of like 2 steps down.
They booked themselves, but that's just being a victim of bad booking because they booked him into that. Oh well, he can't have another match with this nigga until the next nigga get the belt, and that's probably
the next nigga about to get the belt.
And all of the problem is all that is tied into like other shit that's going on with like competing federations and things like that. Like there's so many roadblocks that it's amazing that Velveteen Dream has been able to have the
career
let me
reception. Ask you niggas a question. You ever listen to like interviews with niggas in WWE that knew The Rock? Talk about The Rock.
I have before.
Like friends that were friends with the nigga backstage when he was there. You notice how them niggas, and a couple niggas, and one of my favorite rappers does the same thing. Royce the 5'9" does this with Eminem. It's like them niggas don't be calling a nigga The Rock. They don't call him,
They call him Dwayne.
They call him Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? Like Royce be calling Eminem Marshall, and I'll be like,
yeah, no.
Why you?
It's overplaying the friendship. Like I'm the best friend because I'm gonna call you by your real name and not the name that the entire globe knows you.
Yeah, why do you do that?
I don't get it.
It depends on the friendship.
Look,
nigga, I know your entire.
That's different.
Name.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah, Johnny Boy.
Hey, fuck you, Cal.
You didn't like it at that point. I seen it. He didn't like it. That point. This nigga knew he didn't like Johnny Boy.
The poster literally should have just said Math at Math Damon on your social media choice.
That's my name.
That's what it should have said on the poster.
That's my name.
That's amazing. No, but yeah, Velveteen, salutes to you. Hopefully you continue to rise on the list and not fall because of some erroneous bullshit. Number 7 on the list.
Get you spoiled.
Tease. Do I say his name?
He's number 7.
Toll. Cal teasing number 7 is crazy.
I don't know nothing about that. I had to be told what that was. I don't know what y'all even talking about right now.
That's a fact. Go ahead with it.
I didn't. Quite possibly one of the best years as a black pro wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
One.
I mean, as part of a tag team, it's not too many black success stories, especially in the WWE, where you have jokers like going from. You'd have to go. Shouts out to the listeners who remember when we started calling them the Mixie Boys.
Hey.
Which had to have been a couple years ago.
We been.
And
was on them. We were on them at first.
At first, it was not pretty because it's two niggas coming out with the red Solo cups.
Carpet, baby, we gonna call niggas to the carpet.
We mix it.
If we not sure if y'all official or not.
I'm not gonna say that.
If you repping the set, we gonna make sure y'all niggas get vetted.
I'm not gonna say that Private Party's a little too close to that gimmick when it originally came out, but I've seen Isaiah Cassidy's Instagram and that nigga, his liver is swimming in Hennessy, honey, white, whatever that shit is called. Super Mixie. They're the new Mixie Boys. It's the Midnight Express and the new Midnight Express. I hereby Christian Private Party, the new Mixie Boys. Cheers. But yeah, Montez Ford. Not only did you and your man's Angelo Dawkins go from debuting,
y'all bitches drinking beer, y'all cheers and beer, and I'm drinking liquor.
Yeah, because you so fucking passionate and frustrated. My liquor's in the other room. We doing the podcast. Matter of fact, you interrupted my
yeah, nigga, shut up.
Freestyle spiel.
These bitches about to be trashed.
I'm good.
What kind of nigga say about to be? I've been trashed since 4:30.
Montez Angelo went from debuting on Raw after WrestleMania to successfully retaining the Raw Tag Team Championship at Rona Mania early this year.
Do remember them niggas was also the Evolve champs?
Yes. While they were with NXT.
And the NXT champs.
And realistic. Remember there's certain nights that you remember when you're watching Raw, whether it's Daniel Bryan choking out Justin Roberts, which I realized I've been watching a lot of random wrestling recently, and I happened upon the Best of Nexus. And when you turn on the Best of Nexus on the network, it's literally that John Cena CM Punk match that they attacked the whole world with.
Which was amazing. That was one of the best ends of Raw ever.
They cut out the Justin Roberts part on the network, though. I mean, not surprisingly. But
and they went out like D'Angelo Boxdale.
Big facts. There's that moment. There's a couple of moments, and I think over the last year, one of the biggest moments on Raw, aside from the Bobby Lashley Lana wedding, was that Raw where the Street Profits just they were made over the last year. They had that one match, end of Raw. It was a huge celebration. They were in the crowd. That was their. I don't want to say it was their. Austin 316 moment, but it was damn near close. It was damn near.
Shout out to Heyman.
And it's sad because Heyman's now gone. Backlash.
No idea what to do with you niggas. No, y'all niggas better grow them Austin CM Punk Cena balls where you pitch your own stuff, but they're not gonna get it.
No, because who's representing them in the writers' room?
I think, shout out to Kaz, he gone. Your only chance, if Angelo Dawkins can get Paws over, they might be okay.
If anything today were to get over with a Bruce Pritchard and a Vince McMahon, it would be a Paws-related gimmick.
What do you mean Paws? I
never heard of that shit before.
I don't get it.
Is that some rap shit? What's this Paws?
What do you mean? It's just something I put on my headband. Bet, go out there and sell it. Just do it. I don't care.
All right. Free tip for Angelo, only because Angelo.
Shout out to Kaz. Shout out to Cal out here giving out free tip.
I don't. Free tip. Y'all wildin'. Pause.
You wildin'.
Y'all wildin'. Pause.
I knew this was gonna be 2 hours.
Angelo Dawkins, a theory I have is on the low. Angelo really fucks with the pod.
No, he does.
I don't know if he can.
That's with him. That's that nigga.
I don't know if he can out release. I don't know if Angelo Dawkins is the kind of nigga who I think would rock a Black Rasslin hoodie on his Instagram account if he was allowed to.
I think Angelo Dawkins is probably the most egregious user of the word nigga backstage in the WWE.
Big fat. He Booker T.
Nah.
Do remember prior to all of this street profit fame shit.
Yes.
We were some of the few niggas that was championing Angelo Dawkins.
That's a fact.
Fam was one of the few niggas that was like, yo, he could talk.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He can talk.
He's hilarious.
He's wasn't the spirit
nobody.
Of the group.
Everybody else jumped on that Montez Ford wagon.
Yes, and they still on the conversation. The conversation is always, Street Profits are dope. Can't wait for Montez Ford to split and become the star.
And niggas said, watch that because Angelo Dawkins might be that guy.
Angelo Dawkins is hilarious.
He's that. I think when it comes to their backstage shit, it's always Angelo. It's always Angelo that's really getting, or he's at least setting up one of the punchlines of some real funny bars. Always.
Yeah. One of the more unsung, underrated niggas, mic work wise in WWE.
Peace to Trisha Dora, who just hit us saying that she appreciates everything. This is the first year in wrestling she felt like she belonged.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Trisha Dora.
Shout out to Trisha Dora, man. Listen, you have the best looking belt in professional wrestling today. No discussion. There's no discussion.
Yeah.
No pause on that statement. You have the best looking belt or championship or title, whatever word you want to use, in professional wrestling today.
Word.
Shout out to Trisha Dora, one of our cover wrestlers.
Cover star.
50.
Cover star. What number was she?
I'm not sure.
Hold up. She was 20? I think she was 20. She's around there.
She was 21.
21? 21, yeah. Lashley was 20. I did want to say, I'm still on math page. This shitload is a fucking sneaker right there. I liked it. May 11th. Fucking motherfucker. Angelo Dawkins was number 11. So while underrated for some,
yeah,
I think he's getting his
just due.
He was just due from us.
And that's important because this is a top 10 show. But let's make sure we understand, my nigga. You getting your flowers today because you here with us.
100%. 100%.
From the beginning.
You gotta remember where he was last year.
Exactly.
Granted, last year we're not dwelling on what we had last year, but last year Angelo Dawkins was at 27.
Yeah, low. The major. I mean, shit. How many black wrestlers could say they had a whole end segment with Stone Cold Steve Austin? Literally them in a ring. They did like
was trash, but
the segment was trash, but it's because they did like 25, 30 minutes of this shit.
Facts.
But the WWE didn't feel like anybody else could end that show but them.
That's a fact.
So on to number 6.
We're not gonna spend this much time on this one.
Number 6. I don't want to say it's a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise.
Nah.
If you watch,
don't spend that much time on this.
I'm just saying, because you can't not acknowledge the parallel. Because
but we didn't.
We erred on the side of this guy's a good worker, as opposed to he's questionable for the cause.
We err on the side of one sound, one band.
You mean one band, one sound?
Same thing.
However, this next gentleman has been positioned extremely well on what is really a very brand new promotion, but has had a great deal of success on their TV, and their TV has hot-shotted them to the second most important promotion in the States, probably.
They're number 2. They're number 2. He was a tag team champion in the number 2 promotion.
Listen, tag team champion, fought for the world championship,
wrestled the world champion in a singles match.
Prominently,
hold on. He beat the world champion first.
Yeah, I think it's more proper to say he had a program with the world heavyweight champion in the number 2 promotion. Yes. There was a pinfall win in a tag match, and then a one-on-one match weeks later. Not just like the next week, but people saw it. They sowed the seeds, and then they paid it off. It felt like it was about a month, all things considered.
One of the things that we argue about is why
I'm not arguing. I don't argue.
Right?
I don't argue.
For me, one of the biggest pieces of currency as a professional wrestler in this era is TV time.
Word.
That's the biggest for you, cuz
AEW has invested quite an amount because TV time is money.
Yeah.
If we believe in you and we think you are going to push our product forward, we invest in you our time and our bread. When a promotion does that, especially one of the top 2 or 3 brands in professional wrestling, I think that says quite a bit about what they think of you. And I think if you see a nigga positioned as well as this gentleman was, you can't help but say, yo, you one of the top niggas of this year.
And I think the one other key is the demographic.
Okay.
It's the same demographic that owns the Monday Night Wars at 18 to 34 is what AEW has right now. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I wouldn't be surprised if young white pro wrestling fans of today, if you ask them who's your favorite black pro wrestler, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Scorpio Sky. Some might say Kofi.
Oh, hold on, Cal. Let's keep this a buck again. Niggas was championing Scorpio Sky.
Are we spending too much time on him?
This time. Niggas told you we told you what it was last year about Scorpio Sky.
Facts.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
That's enough, man.
Yeah. We'll see. Again.
He's
not one of my people.
He's not. And it wasn't that long ago, which is the sad part.
Sorry.
You don't have to go that. You don't have to scroll that. You don't have to scroll that far back on the SoundCloud to understand what we're talking about. Seeing Martin Luther King Day. Number 5.
However,
he is where he is. He earned his spot.
Facts.
Respect the nigga.
Facts.
Yeah. No, 100%. Work was put in. Work was put in. Next, we're keeping it AEW. It's interesting because this individual is actually not somebody. They're more praised for their Native American heritage than their African roots. I didn't realize that. I was going to say Shorty. I didn't realize that she was black until earlier this year. Some people will have a beef with her just because of who she is, and probably more importantly, what they think she represents.
Facts.
For AEW, but you can't take away, and I mean, I have my own personal opinions with match quality when it comes to her, because I think that she's one of those people that she's fine, but she does better when she has better people working against her.
That's how it works.
Shout out to Shawn Michaels.
Damn. Big shots. Big shots on Juneteenth. But Nyla Rose, you can't take away. She started AEW. Y'all were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite started with her
losing,
but vying for that AEW Women's Championship. Similar to the WWE, it's a shame that AEW doesn't have all their ducks in a row when it comes to the women's division.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Swole.
But facts. But Nyla Rose has been at the top of that division for the last year since it's been in its existence. And I think the other side is the fact that when it comes to whatever Cody's trying to do with diversity, Nyla's been at the forefront of that as well.
Yeah, really quick sidebar. Shout out to Big Swole, and the reason why I say that is I feel like that division hasn't been as developed as it should be because a great deal of what they have going on in AEW is focused on everybody kind of does their own thing. And if you're not pushing your own narrative good enough over there, you can get lost in the shuffle. I think Big Swole is the MVP, honestly, even over Nyla Rose over there.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is not just because of her work, which is better than Nyla Rose's, but also because she's more self-aware as a worker. She just hasn't had that chance to really hold that belt. But like over there, Swole, if you remember from the pay-per-view, she was all in niggas' faces and this and that, blah blah blah. She's
the best. She's been the best fan in the stands during the Rona season. One of the best performers in ring.
Best at whatever she tries to do over there consistently. Period.
And before any naysayers say it, no, this is not because we got an interview with her on the podcast, but go back in the archives Big Swole interview is there.
It is. Yeah.
Niggas was championing her before.
That's
the fucking interview.
Before she was Big Swole. Before she was Big Swole.
Check the fucking BRP.
Shouts out Cedric.
Nigga, you can check the Carfax.
Number 4.
Yep.
If the New Day is,
I'm not gonna get into it.
What's the best way?
I'm not gonna get into. Hold on. I'm not gonna get into how 2/3 of the New Day
or
is
what?
carrying a third of the New Day.
That I will raise my hand and say I thoroughly disagree with that.
I know you do. Cal disagrees with me as well.
Shouts out to the New Day podcast.
But
I wish Xavier would.
That statement, though.
You see what I'm saying? Come on,
it means a lot, right? It means a lot, right?
Stop it, because you mean to tell me
if you put
you got Todd Pettengill as the third member.
That's fucked up.
What are you talking about, Cal?
That's not a 1-to-1. That's not a 1-to-1.
Why ain't it?
Because Todd Pettengill never held the title.
Can I tell you why it's not?
Podcast.
He has a podcast. Todd Pettengill has a podcast.
Pettengill has a podcast?
I think so, don't he?
No, you talking out your ass. Stop it.
Todd Pettengill, hold up.
Pettengill has a podcast?
You can definitely switch him out. You could definitely switch him out.
What's the dry nigga? No. That's not the nigga that has a podcast. Pettengill doesn't have. It's the other. Oh gosh, what's the other dry nigga that used to do interviews?
The other white guy?
The dry nigga is Xavier Woods.
We not doing. No, you bugging.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Johnny Boy.
Not.
That was a good one, Johnny Boy.
He's the one
band,
that has been
one sound.
Down the outside of WWE social media for the New Day.
Allegedly.
But this is the argument that we all. This is the good.
Always.
This is the argument that niggas have.
I love it. I love it. Matt doesn't like it at all. I love it. We can do this all day.
I don't like the fact that Xavier Woods gets points for
podcast.
I don't want to say outside of the ring activity, but outside of the ring activity is why
Xavier Woods started the New Day.
If that's a fact, if
that wasn't under his volition.
White suit.
That wasn't under his volition.
With the afro.
Started the New Day.
Hold on, but that wasn't under his volition. He was told to go out there. If he would have stayed white suit Xavier Woods, I would have no issue with it. But when you have to factor in the fact that he's an in-ring performer,
he can't perform in ring. You said
my nigga looks like me in the ring.
I'm gonna tell you, he is the aesthetic. He
looked like me when I'm wrestling the child support office.
That's fucked up.
When I'm saying boots.
Always a loss.
But like,
always a loss.
It's always a L.
Aesthetically, what you see from these niggas, the majority of the time,
it's good.
From Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is the most comfortable
creative
skin of all of the members of the New Day. He knows who he is more than all the other members of the New Day.
Yeah, I saw him find out who he was on the last podcast. Old pancake throwing ass.
That was Kofi. Kofi throws.
Yeah. This is why this podcast ends up being 2 hours. This is why the podcast ends up being
100%. However, the New Day is one of the linchpins of representation and a different representation of what we see on TV from black professional wrestlers.
100%.
I'm going to be honest. The New Day are the most important black wrestlers on TV as a collective. They are one of the most accomplished stables in the history of professional wrestling. I believe they are more important than the NWO. They are more
important than the Four Horsemen.
No, I ain't gonna go that far. I don't jump off bridges.
That's 1 and 2.
It's really close because what the New Day has done is not only created a lane for 3 amazing performers, but it's also broken the mold as what niggas expect black professional wrestlers to be.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important as in the times we're in that we give these niggas they flowers while we're around, because it's other niggas that may not be comfortable or as stubborn or as bullheaded as we are, that we're gonna say what we want to say, and we're gonna give these niggas they flowers while they deserve it, in spite of any opposition we may face.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So shout out to these niggas, man, and shout out to my nigga Big E. I share a nickname. I've been called Big E.
That's the funny. Again, I don't dwell on how the sausage is made, but if we talk about Easter eggs with the Black Rasslin podcast, you should you can go on the timeline and chart new episodes based off of how many pictures of the New Day is there.
Yes.
And I post those images on the timeline.
The fucked up part is I'm Xavier Woods.
Well, listen. I said, hey, when the podcast started, the biggest running gag was that there's not going to be any sponsors because of the level of...
Don't say me.
The level of adult content. I was going to say raunch, but I don't know if raunch is the right word.
Niggatry might be.
Niggatry is probably the better umbrella for all of this. And I'm not pointing fingers, but under this regime...
Yeah, we got to get Brother Fram out of here.
Under this regime...
Let's get him out of here.
Under this regime, we did have the page Xavier Woods motherfucking hub demo tape.
So I'm Xavier Woods.
Yep.
You're Xavier Woods because who was the one talking about Brazzers all the goddamn time?
Who don't like Brazzers?
Who was the one?
Who the one pulling up Demon Time?
Not me.
Shout out to the facilitator. That bad.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me. Nigga, it's recorded. This nigga talking about Brazzer. It was inevitable. Porno Head was gonna be Xavier. Big E was gonna be Big E. I mean, it was inevitable.
Cause I like to get in touch with myself. I gotta be the porn nigga.
Pause. I don't know. I don't want to know nothing about none of that.
Can we just carry on with this list?
Big E. Whatever iteration of the New Day, I think Big E is probably he's what makes everything work. You know what I'm saying?
The most important part.
He's the most and I think the one thing that niggas don't talk about enough in pro wrestling is believable offense, right?
Word.
Big E can pick up every single wrestler in that locker room or any locker room, right?
Word.
Freaky strength, I believe the term that your man's Mark Henry uses is he's freaky strong.
Who man's was that?
Who
man's?
John Starks? You said John Henry?
They're my Lifetime nigga, the skinny nigga on the boat. No, but
John Starks.
However, when niggas talk about Big E, they talk about how strong the nigga is.
Yes, legit.
And he, no matter where he is, when the New Day comes out, the first sound you hear is wherever.
And
don't you dare be sour. Smoke the flower. Oh, whatever he says, right?
But remember, what was one of the most fun moments in the last year? First episode, New Day podcast. They spent 5 minutes doing that. They ran back the intro to the podcast, which is literally that, for like 5-6 minutes. It was just genius, and a lot of that is because I've talked to him before. There's few interviews that I've not printed. There's few interviews that I've not printed for whatever reason. Some it's just like timing, whatever. I talked to Big E when he was injured because he was on that Adult Swim show.
Earl Sweatshirt now?
No, it's an animated show.
Really?
Hold up. They're like dogs and shit. Big E animated.
Like I think that nigga, like he is easily the linchpin of what they do.
Laser Wolf.
Easily.
Kofi is great in ring.
Yes.
But
Kofi's a Bret Hart.
This is why you're Big E. This is why you're Big E, nigga.
There you go.
Because Cal don't like shit, and I like too much.
So
because I'm Bret Hart.
Those niggas wouldn't come across.
And I'm Owen, and that's Davey Boy.
Wow, nah, don't say that.
You're never gonna do me like it.
I'm Davey Boy, and that's Owen.
I'm not hard.
I'm not hard. It's funny.
But no, his positioning and the things he's done in the New Day really important to what I think black wrestling and black wrestling is going to be in the future, because he's not an archetype. He's not a smiley nigga. He's not your average anything. He's not the thing we've seen before. He's not your gargantuan nigga that's a power nigga, so he's a monster. He isn't he's a broken mold. Big E is one of the more important pro wrestlers of our time, and these flowers
we're not gonna know that right now. We're not gonna know that, cuz.
Huh?
Like you said earlier, trailblazers. You know what I'm saying? They don't get the credit because it's nobody. We're never gonna know that until after he's gone. You're right. You're 100% right.
Somewhere, until Big E's in the ditch somewhere. He said it on the pod. Again, I listened to the pod. He's a particular individual. I will say that.
He's very different. He's a very different guy, and it's dope.
And I respect. Again, there's a whole recorded conversation I had with him. I really want to post it at some point just to have it up. He's a really dope individual.
Get them balls off. We might sneak them balls.
Hey, yo,
I'm sorry.
He's playing.
We might sneak them balls.
Cal is being you.
What you mean?
Y'all done switch roles today.
Things happen.
Because
sometimes
when you try and get your shit off, Cal ain't gonna let you.
My fault.
Cal
I'm sorry.
Normally is trying to get his shit off. Me and you don't let him.
My bad.
Sometimes
did I step on someone's toes?
Nah,
I'm sorry.
I'm good.
No, nigga, just talk your shit, nigga.
Talking shit.
You got an hour and a half in at this point.
No. Well, at least we're at the top 3. Number 3.
Yep.
Very interesting that actually. What?
Do remind or let it be known that this was a tie.
Yeah.
So our top 3s, and how it ended up working out. Like our top threes are all kind of just the same three guys moved about and shuffled about in three positions.
Yeah. Think about the infinite ways you could rank three people between three people.
But no,
maybe four. Well, what I'm saying is like it's essentially a mix of four different people.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that shit is mad. Anyway, number 3, I think it's dope that it's a star from what do they call Impact Wrestling these days? Mm-hmm. I can't tell. Moose made the list. His belt may or may not be Fugazi. I'm not disrespecting the belt. I'm just saying.
It's called Bandulu.
I'm just saying. Well, again and again and
Bandulu
again
plates.
and again.
Word to Dallas Pin. They Bandulu plates.
Shouts out to DP.
In wrestling, it really happened.
Shouts out to DP. My thing is this. I'm not saying we're prophets, but we had the whole conversation about the shit.
And it popped
and then
up.
it's just
pause.
It's and that wasn't a conversation we had on the pod though. We had the conversation. We had the conversation offline, off on the deep web. It's not that deep though. If someone grabbed our phone, they can pull up the conversation. But keep that in mind for the future.
The deep web is crazy.
But
this nigga selling Bitcoin for
poor browser pal.
Got that Litecoin, yo. What's going on? What's popping? We got the exchange rates is crazy, B. 48 hours. I got you. This nigga. It's good. Face ass. Referee head ass. Johnny boy face ass. This is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. I don't remember what the fuck was the point I was making. There was something I was saying, but no, it's dope that there's an individual we've interviewed in the past. Yep. There's an individual that when you talk about the ethos, I think that we stand on when it comes to being men and black men and black men who nerd out on shit on like pro wrestling. He exemplified. If the podcast was a pro wrestler, facts. If the podcast was a pro wrestler, it probably would be Willie Mack.
Willie motherfucking Mack.
What was his ranking in 2019? He was 8 on the inaugural BRP 50. He shot up to 3. Yes. And it wasn't no bullshit because it was just a couple of months ago where we were on the pod like, yo, Impact got Chris Bay and Willie Mack in this amazing main event on TV.
Him and shout out Chris Bay. Shout out
Dash and Chris Bay.
You know what I mean? The homie. But these niggas have been main eventing their TVs for the last month and a half.
Yes.
They are important. They are, and this is the word that I have loved to use in this top 10 conversation, is a linchpin. They are a linchpin of that promotion.
Facts.
Belong.
The go home segments are all them.
Yo, when you're doing weird stuff with your world belt and giving it to Big Chin Tessa, you know what I'm saying? When you're doing weird stuff over there, and you need a really good match to end your show.
Yeah,
and it's not her.
It's not her.
Chris Bay, Willie Mack, Chris Bay, Willie Mack, Chris Bay, and that's what they're doing over there. And that's why those gentlemen are two of the more important workers on that roster. And I don't know a nigga that size
who can do what Willie Mack does.
I don't know a nigga of that build.
Yes. I couldn't do it.
In the way that Willie moved, Willie Mack be out there doing little bitty flippy nigga stuff.
Yes. Yeah. He said, oh, you call yourself the Young Bucks, I got you.
But he a couch lifter.
I could eat him under the table probably. On a good day.
No.
Oh no.
No.
On a good day, I could drink him under the table.
No, he eats Salisbury steaks.
That's a fact. That nigga is definitely built like he put the Salisbury steak on the Wonder Bread.
He like a real nigga.
He built like it's a rubber tire in his stomach right now. No,
it's definitely a Salisbury steak or two in his
That
stomach
nigga
right
look
now.
like he argue with everybody by slapping his fist. Nigga, what I'm trying to say. Like, nah, Willie Mack is one of my very like personal favorite niggas, right?
Yeah.
He's a nigga. Like when you talk to him, it ain't no air. It ain't no well, I do this and blah. Nah, it ain't. It's like, look, nigga, I love wrestling too. I love video games too. Let's talk about it. And I think his importance to what's different in this era of black professional wrestling is he's also another groundbreaking nigga. He's not an archetype.
Yes.
He doesn't fit a mold. So he breaks the characters that they've given you of the thug nigga, the smiley nigga out. He's neither. And those things are important on our list because they push the narrative of successful and important and guys that you can count on in professional wrestling forward.
Thanks.
So,
because any nigga that comes to the ring with a pick in his head,
100%.
He said on the pod, he just be at home chilling, watching anime, playing video games and shit.
That's a fact.
With his cat. Classic nigga shit. Shouts out Willie Mack.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he didn't make the top 2. Maybe next year. Number 2.
He's definitely gonna be 1 or 2 next year.
Number 2 could potentially be the guy in his federation in less than a month.
1.
He could be number 1 in the federation in less than a month. He was a guy who.
Cal, let's keep it a buck.
What?
I'm only here to keep it a buck.
Okay.
Are you?
My nigga, if you are only perfecting super kicks and Canadian destroyers,
God damn,
you are
and
kip ups. There is no way number 2 is not gonna be number 1.
Facts.
That's it.
At some point. I feel like a lot of people got in touch with Keith Lee. He was in Ring of Honor like 2015, but I feel like it was more like the Evolve Pro Wrestling Guerrilla shit, like maybe 2017, 2018.
Got that Keith Lee Adam Cole matches?
Yeah.
You owe us for this too.
Yeah. We took that pod. I remember because it happens. It happened with Giant Andre. It happened with Giant Andre. The passion that Johnny Boy has for an AR Fox is the passion I have when I find out about a new black wrestler that I never heard of. And to see a guy, to not have it just be like, oh shit, here's a dope black wrestler that be on the indies. But it to be, what is his build weight?
I don't know what his build weight is.
6'2", he's billed at 6'2", 320.
I can't remember
I'm
what
not
they
near
used to do at
320.
PWG. They used to do something else at PWG, like 500 or some shit. I can't remember.
But he was doing not. I mean, he's not like flippy, but he's more agile than a Bam Bam Bigelow.
I think that he does flippy shit to let you know he can do it.
But I want to see him chop a nigga. Let me see him. Let me see Keith Lee appear out of nowhere on screen and see the fear in his mostly white counterparts' eyes when they realize
over this nigga's 300 pounds.
Wichita Falls' own Keith Lee is about to beat their ass in the middle of NXT ring. He North American champion, and again, no cap. NXT's got to put some content up against Fyter Fest, so he's in the conversation to quite possibly be facing all y'all niggas' favorites, Adam Cole, to unify the titles and be the guy in NXT.
By the end of July, Keith Lee will have the NXT heavyweight title.
Damn. Book that.
That's a fact.
So it's funny. The NXT World Champion is seen as
Mastradamus.
Intercontinental World Champion used to be, right? At this point, Keith Lee is the Intercontinental World Champion of Intercontinental World Champions. And the North American Championship is the Intercontinental Championship of NXT. If y'all would agree.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, shit. The match is going to be him, Finn, and Johnny Gargano. That's Brett, Mr. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like that is top. Is Debo and Mr. Perfect, but it's top tier niggas for what's seen as like the work rate championship on that brand.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. You really can't argue with Keith Lee.
When I saw Triple H say Keith Lee is definitely a heavyweight champion caliber guy,
word,
I already knew right there.
Yeah, it tells you everything.
That's it. That's easy. How many times have we seen?
Never.
Or did we see the shot of Triple H with Keith Lee?
Oh,
with the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's.
Hey, Keith Lee, you have to work on your facial hair. I'm gonna be honest.
You're not rocking with this?
That's better because he got the goat. But the little bitty whatever this little line is, the little line, and then nothing. Nah, fix your facial hair. You go.
Dude, I want them to remember that prior to Keith Lee signing with NXT, he had a post saying that he was signing to NXT.
Word.
And check the comments when he says, shout out to y'all niggas because we kept it a buck with him.
Always. That weekend when he got introduced, it felt like the win. I imagine women who were pro wrestling fans who were like, yo, Ronda Rousey about to be in WWE. The divas are now, women. Like, I think that was us. That was Kofi winning the title. Speaking of the number one spot on the BRP 50 for 2020.
Cal, what's in that fucking sippy cup?
This is water. This is water.
Is it?
Water. This is the
That's
daily
water?
intake water. I'm not shy. Y'all said take a shot, so I took a shot,
right? Calderon.
Yeah, I ain't seen no water in a little bit. Ain't no water.
I was drinking beer.
Yeah, I ain't got no water out here.
And not trying to be funny, Mr. I'm always on time.
Uh-oh.
AKA I didn't know y'all said 9 o'clock.
I got here before the time you told me, which was 10.
Nobody ever said 10. Keep going on.
I got here before 10. I was here before 10.
He's standing on some shit nobody was even talking.
You're like, nigga, I beat the time that I made up in my head. I did.
I was here
before 10.
9:40.
All I know, I was here before 10. Either way.
And I still got an hour in before we started, bitch.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. I don't think, even with the year we've had, COVID, niggas getting killed by the police, just like regular, just being a black person in America bullshit. If as much as Keith Lee and others did, it didn't make sense for anybody but Kofi Kingston to be number one.
Yep.
Mind you, we understand that in October, when SmackDown went to Fox, Kofi ended up being the sacrificial black lamb to Brock and Cain Velasquez, which turned into nothing, which we documented, it feels like a month and a half, 2 months ago. Go check the Carfax.
Mm-hmm.
The Latin from May to May, which is what we look at, Kofi had almost half of that time as a world champion. And not just like, I got the belt and my homies is wrestling y'all.
Book strong.
I'm defending against everybody.
Yeah.
Month to month, week to week, on TV, at pay-per-views. The nigga did everything. He did everything.
There ain't been one since then.
Brock Lesnar.
There's not been one since then, no.
It wasn't one before that.
There wasn't one before that, no.
No, so I'm going to be honest. When we complain, and we do, about how he lost it,
yeah,
we have to consider at the same time, in that time frame between SmackDown and Mania, I don't know if there's been a better booked world champion than Kofi Kingston. He was beating everybody.
That's a fact.
Him put on
one move, and it was done
with everybody. And we were on eggshells every time.
Math was on eggshells every time.
Nigga heart was palpitating
every match. But Kofi had me watching pay-per-views I wasn't trying to watch.
Fair enough.
Because the way that we're treated in this country is, even when you get a little piece of something, it can be taken from you at the drop of a hat. So we don't know. We didn't know how long this journey was going to last until nigga said Brock Lesnar. And that's when
we knew then.
That's
we knew what it was.
I forget what movie I watched, but I remember having the conversation walking to the train station with y'all, being like, "Yo, it's gonna be a wrap for you. Get ready." I feel like I tried to prepare Brother Math specifically.
Yeah, they got called in a bad Jew.
Hey yo.
But Kofi Kingston, shining star of the New Day, one who might be considered quite possibly the greatest black wrestler of the last calendar year. We appreciate you. I don't have any flowers, nigga, but consider these to be your flowers.
Take this Hennessy in place of the flowers.
Facts. Matter of fact, remember,
we're not going to allow Math to do that. We're not going to allow Math to morph our nigga flowers into Hennessy. We not.
Hold on, nigga flowers is reefer.
All right, get that nigga all the reefer then. Gosh dang.
Flashback to when, and you realize, man, at this point, we owe Kofi Kingston 2 plaques.
Who?
We had the plan. We was gonna make a plaque. We was gonna have certificates. Niggas was really looking to get like official.
Cal Hammond.
No, it's not that. No, you know what it is. Again, it speaks to just the passion that people have for this. You know, niggas could give y'all blackrasslin.bigcartel.com. Y'all could get any type of T-shirt. It probably would cost less to get 50 Hanes T-shirts and just print the shit on there.
Hanes his way.
Facts. This shit, this a champion logo. This a champion logo, right?
Facts.
This shit feel like it's gonna last forever.
Facts.
And that shit look kind of fire. I'm just saying we do shit a little different around here. And we at the time we really wanted to show our appreciation to the people who made the list. And we was going to get legit like grade school certificates, but
no, y'all still gonna get them. They retro.
No,
they retro.
In 20 years, they're gonna get a manila envelope.
There you go, baby.
Like, yo, what
30 fucking certificates
in crayon.
Jesus Christ. Shouts out to Kofi. Shouts to Kofi. Another year, #1 on the BRP 50. Shouts out to everybody who made it. Appreciate anybody who commented, wanted to get in the conversation, shared. Peace to all the independent black wrestlers who shared. We do this for y'all.
Isaiah Browner.
Really quick, who's y'all favorite nigga that didn't make the top 10?
Didn't make the top 10? I'm not arguing with y'all niggas, man.
No. That's not an argument.
It's not an argument.
Swerve Scott.
Swerve Scott had a good year.
I might rock with Swerve Scott.
Swerve Scott had a good year. My favorite nigga that didn't make the top 10, I don't care what nobody say. I will always ride for Sasha Banks.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of very talented women, including Bianca Belair, Big Swole.
You see where I had her.
Where'd you have it? Yeah.
Number 4, nigga.
He had her in the top 5. She was still low on my list, but I think it's one of those things where it's like, maybe number 15 on the charts, but #1 in your heart, just in terms of what she does for.
I see you cleaning it up.
If they gave her the time that they gave a Charlotte Flair, or some of these Nia Jax,
facts,
and really let Sasha work,
facts.
Y'all could have had y'all Bianca Belair moment or whatever y'all think y'all about to do with Bianca whenever y'all actually start putting on TV. But that's another conversation for another day.
That is factual. Mine would have been Angelo Dawkins.
Word. That makes sense.
I ain't even mad.
That makes sense.
I ain't mad.
Yeah, shout out Angelo Dawkins, man. Might have been the realest nigga on the top. In the top 15, he might have been the realest nigga.
At least much realer than Mark Henry. Which isn't. Never mind. Matt, who you think would have been?
I told you Swerve Scott.
Swerve Scott.
Yeah. I'm not going. I'm a no sell. Yo, I love y'all out there in TV land.
100%.
This is YouTube. Is it YouTube? Where is it?
Yeah.
Do niggas want to see this?
Yo, niggas definitely want to see this.
No, they need to see this.
Yeah.
Those are two different things. Two different things. Because you got a lapel microphone on right now.
They don't know. It's black.
I see it.
You can't see it.
I see it. It's a string. It's a fucking cord right there.
How you see the? How you see?
You look like you about to be interviewed by Arsenio.
No, shout. You think Arsenio still watch wrestling?
Y'all niggas, I'm out. Y'all niggas is tripping. I'm out of here.
He really took He can't hear what we're saying right now.
I'm out of here.
Look at Johnny boy.
I've been saying, listen, this is what I've been saying about the nigga ever since then. Listen.
Kendrick Lamar looking at shit. Did you see that episode? Wait. Did you see that episode of Power? You ain't see that episode of Power yet, did you? You saw that?
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah. Why? Because I got twists.
Because you got twists. You probably speaking the Spanish a little loose.
¿Cómo estás? Cabrón.
You know where the dope spot's at. So if you got to spot somebody who got to get taken out, nah, that nigga right there. Right there. Yeah, that's you. And then you would take his shit and run off.
Wipe the blood off and keep it moving.
Savagery. I don't know how to end this episode. I'm being honest with y'all.
It's over.
Appreciate y'all too. It's fun going back and forth with things like this.
Nigga.
If you're out there listening, following along, and you don't think we're right or you think our shit is bullshit, come with some respect, but let us know. I like the discourse. You wrong anyway, but we can have a conversation. I want to hear everybody out. We right anyway, though.
I feel like the legwork put in, especially by Brother Math, here, really gives us some credence in the landscape of Black professional wrestling opinion.
Yeah.
We say what we say, and we really carry out the agenda of fans of professional wrestling from a nigga perspective, more so than anybody else, because we don't care what niggas think after us.
No.
No.
I think that unapologeticness, which is probably not a word, but shout out to Cornel West.
Yeah.
That unapologeticness really allows us a space to operate in. Every week when we come out here and we do, and we come out here and we kick, it's entertaining, but it's from a place of first education. Like, we've been here. We've been doing this. We've been listening. We've been watching. We've been putting niggas on, and we've been knowing for quite an amount of time. You know what I mean? A long amount of time. So if you niggas understand what we've seen and what we've enjoyed doing, you know, our fandom of this wrestling, nigga, we know.
Word.
So what y'all niggas need to do is really just understand that we know what we talking about. Y'all niggas need to catch up.
Facts. Do your history. Do your Googles. Or at the very least, just give us a credit when you jack whatever we're doing. You about to drink out the bottle, nigga?
Nah, I'm classy.
Classy.
Savage. Fancy.
No. See, all right.
Yeah,
on that note.
Now we know it's time to go.
On that note, but before we get out of here, let the niggas know where they can find y'all on social media.
Hey man, IlFam790 your social media choice. At Wiz Buffy. Check out 97entertainment.com this weekend. The premiere of Raina happens today.
Yeah. That's amazing.
You heard my cousin, man. Math at Math Damon. Black Rasslin Math.
Yep.
Motherfucking Mathany Hamilton. Whatever the fuck you want to call me.
I'm Cal. At Cal
Kendall Lamar.
That's
he's gonna be all right.
At Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. blackrasslin.com is the website. As always, you can find the Black Rasslin podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcast, we should be there. blackrasslin.bigcartel.com is still in effect. If you fucking with the merch,
you already know.
Hottest merch. Y'all not ready for what's coming out after this merch, but
you can't even get that one.
This whole right here.
That one is that whole right there. That brother Fam got on.
That's dead. That's dead. That's dead.
I can't even find mine.
I got like 4 of those, maybe 3.
Flex.
I got one in the. I got I had on it. It's a good tee. Shouts out. Never mind.
No. So
blackrasslin.bigcartel.com. We got shit. This hat. This shit is still on there.
Yeah,
that shit is still on there.
Yeah. Shout out to Lucy Cobblepot.
My dog, man.
I got you.
Yeah,
love this hat. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
Regularly scheduled program, and again, if you listen today looking for regularly scheduled content,
go to yesterday.
You got to go back an episode. Everything is there.
Yesterday. Just rewind.
Dre, leave us the fuck alone. We gave you 2 this week.
Yeah, Dre. Sharing pictures of niggas, sleep ass nigga. You my boy.
That was your fault.
He said stop going to sleep, nigga.
It was my fault. And again, discussed in yesterday's episode. Yeah.
That's it. The nigga got a whole 2-for-1 bar off. He was like, yo, remember when fam was sleeping on the podcast?
Yeah.
Nigga play, and they were like, Joker, Deuce. Like
killing niggas.
Cause you was snoring.
That was a classic.
That's how I sleep.
Niggas was crying.
The best part, but professional niggas still ended the show.
We ended the show.
You got all the call to actions you needed. We might have even shouted out your socials. I try to do that. Anyway, that's in the vault.
It's another year.
Keep it locked to us.
It's another year.
Share with your peoples. We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.